Well, good morning, YouTube. Look who's here. World famous Baby Mae. So I thought I would give you guys a little update and talk to you about Mae's newfound fame and her bikini fund. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, since Mae's been on the channel, there's a new phenomenon that's been going on. Now, it used to be that when Mae and I would go out, we would go here and we would go there. On occasion, there would be somebody that would be rolling around and they'd recognize me from our little YouTube channel here, the Old Dog channel. And they would come up and they would say, "Hey, Paul, like your channel, this, that, the other. It's always nice to meet people." And Mae over here would always break my balls. She'd say, "Oh, you're really famous." I go, "No, I'm not. There's a few people in town that know me." And so 3 or 4 days ago, we were at Bo's Coffee, and we were waiting to, what were we doing? We were going to the hospital or something to pick up some medication. And two people came by and introduced themselves to me. And both of them said, "Oh, and look, that's Baby Mae." But here's the topper. This is what I really wanted to share with you about Miss Famous over here. Is yesterday, there's a guy that opened up a food truck really close to where I live. And it's next to an Okai store, where Mae likes to shop and get clothes. And it also has a car wash / gay red scooter wash. And so the guy that owns it, his name is Russell. And I'm going to do my best to interview with him about an incident, or actually a tragedy that happened in his life that I really, really want to share with you guys. But I don't want to write checks that my YouTube channel can't cash. So that's all I'll say about that. But if I do have an opportunity to get with him, that's going to be something you're definitely going to want to watch. I promise you. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So we went to Russell's place. He has awesome fish and chips. He's got, American stuff, British stuff. And it's the real deal. And so a few nights ago, Mae and I had gone to a place called Bamboo Bob's to watch our friend Ed Sheeran perform on the flute. He was doing a little concert. And a friend of mine, Bud Brown, was there, of the channel Bud Brown Live, and he filmed it. And so there's a little plug for Ed and for Bud Brown. So if you're not subscribed, or if you're not familiar with Bud Brown, it's called Bud Brown Live, and he's got a video up of Ed's little concert that he did for all of us, which was really great. Back to the story. While I was at Bamboo Bob's, these guys that are British and love their fish and chips were talking to me about this guy and his food cart. And they said, "You got to go there, Paula. You got to go check it out." So I did. And Mae and I went there, and I ordered my fish and chips, and I got to know Russell a little bit, and we chit-chatted. And we're just there minding our own business. Mae went off to the Okai. Of course, she had to go find some new sexy shorts or something to wear. I don't know. And God, this guy comes, sits down at the table, just doesn't even look at me, and he goes, "Hey, look, it's Baby Mae." I didn't even get an honorable mention. And his girlfriend with the little baby, they were, "Oh yeah, Baby Mae." So she's enjoying her newfound fame. And another thing that Mae really likes to do is, you used to be overweight. Yeah, you used to weigh 80 kilos. Is that right, Mae? 80 kilos. Now she's down to 40 kilos. So that's kind of an amazing story in and of itself. And so she's enjoying her beautiful figure and enjoys modeling. So she's been buying bikinis, and we've been going out and doing little photo shoots. Just look at her face. She really enjoys playing the role of the model. And so I said, okay, here's the deal. Back in November, I hit 1,000 subscribers, and I hit 4,000 watch hours, which qualifies us, the Old Dog channel, to be what's called monetized. Monetized simply means that they play annoying ads before, during, and after one of these goofy videos that we do. But it generates income. And back in November, I had made a deal with Baby Mae. I said, look, we hit the thing. I got an email from YouTube that said, hey, you've hit it, and you're going under review, and we'll let you know when you're monetized, and you can put ads on there. And I said, I'll make you a deal. Any money that we get from YouTube, because it's not really substantial. I get a check every month. Mae doesn't get a check. She quit working when she moved in with this goofball. So I said, I'll just give you the money. You can have it to do with as you please. And you can use it to build up your savings account. You can use it to go out and buy clothes. Knowing her, she'll put 90% of it into her savings account. But being a smart province girl, she knows that she needs to save money. And so I made that promise, and Mae's like, how long does that take? I said, well, it says 30 days. We should be monetized in 30 days. And that was November 30th. So I went off to Vietnam in December. I figured, okay, cool. 30 days, December, January 1, we'll start off the 2020, and Mae will start having a little paycheck coming in, and we'll see what happens. Well, nothing happened. So I started Googling and YouTubing about monetization on YouTube. And the sage advice that I was getting at the time was, they're overwhelmed right now. And there's a new FCC ruling about kids and this and that and the other. And they've added 10,000 new employees. And I said, okay, that makes sense. They're just busy. Excuse me. So then my friend Jenny, who has a channel called Miss V's Diary. I think you've seen her on my channel. I've interviewed her a couple of times. And she's got a little channel. Well, she got to 1,000 subscribers, and she got to 4,000 watch hours. And like 2 days later, she got monetized. And I was really happy for her. I think it's awesome. But I thought, well, what's the deal? I've been in the queue here for almost 2 months, and she's in there. So they're not that busy. It can't be, because I was first. Where's my money? So I started Googling, how do I find out why I'm not being monetized? And I got very little information. But the advice that they gave me was to go into the comment section of my channel. You have this little thing called a studio and all that jazz. And fire them off a comment, and it includes a screenshot showing that, you know, you're qualified, what's the deal? So I did that. No reply. Another couple of weeks went by. And so I started Googling it again. I started asking some people. I asked Gio. I asked Bud. And they're like, I don't know. Never heard of such a thing. I got approved. So-and-so got approved in 3 days. I got approved in 4 days. Blah, blah, blah. And finally I ran across a guy on YouTube that said, there's people that have been waiting for up to a year for this process to go through. And the best way to get a hold of them is via Twitter. Well, I used to have a Twitter account, but I never used it. So anyway, I reinstalled Twitter. I went to YouTube and I sent them a tweet. I said, hey, what's the deal? How come you guys haven't reviewed my channel? And they tweeted me right back. And they said, well, we have reviewed your channel. And it's under further review. you may want to check your content. And I thought, what has the little old dog channel done that YouTube would find exception with? I mean, I don't use any music, so I'm not copywriting infringement deal. I don't have any kids on the show. I'm not torturing animals. What's the? I mean, I'm not swearing a lot. And what's the deal? And so I asked my friend Gio, and Gio contacted a guy named Rike. Most of you guys know who Rike is. And then I met up with Gio yesterday for coffee, and he says, yeah, me and Rike looked at your channel, and there's maybe some stuff on there that they're taking exception with. So, long story short, I am still under review because of the old dog channel. YouTube has deemed to be needing further review. So what we did, or what Gio did for me, he says, here, these are maybe controversial. You got a girl that's a scammer. You talked about suicide and depression. That might be a buzzword that they're picking up on. And blah, blah, blah. My opinion is some feminists got a hold of it and didn't like it. But that's kind of where we stand. And so I feel bad for little Mae here. So what I did was I was talking to Gio, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. It took him 5 minutes. I tried for 3 days. But I put a PayPal thing on my channel. There's a PayPal button that you can hit if you so desire. And until this thing gets resolved, if you're of the mind, send her a little cash. Let her buy a new bikini. I want to see how it works. And I'm really curious about your comments about this YouTube deal. I still haven't gotten a lot of questions from you guys as far as something that I can do a Q&A with. In other words, there's some medical stuff that I did, and I'm really going to get into some medical stuff in the near future. But I got to keep some of that in the bag. But I really would like to get some feedback from you guys as to just give me some questions, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. And they should be questions like, what should I bring, or how long, you know the questions. But what tends to happen is guys tend to tell me what I think I should do differently. I get plenty of that from everybody already. So anyway, that's my story. She's going to be working on some more bikini shoots, and her fame, I hope it doesn't go to her head and she buys a Rolls Royce and leaves me or anything. So who knows? Anyway, you got anything you want to say? No? All right, I don't blame you. Okay, and we never ask anybody to subscribe because we figure you're adults and you can figure that out all on your own. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later in the next video. Bye.